I want to show you this little muffin because she is having a field day today, y'all. Like, she does not want to get up. If I get back up, she's going to cry. She is going to whine and yeah, I gotta finish making bath bombs, y'all. Um and cleaning my house. Oh, excuse me, cleaning my house. So today I have not, girl, I knew it. Okay. Today I have not I haven't been able to really do too much. Um Other than to send out some letters, send out some things, some notifications and small things like that. But I haven't been, jumping and bumbling like I usually do. I didn't get to exercise today because I have to stay home and get this order done with these bath bombs. Um, and if anyone has um, had instances or tried to do bath bombs, they're not as like easy as you think they are. Like, they are not. But anyhow, yeah, and then this little furry creature, she does not want to go lie down in her own bed, chillax, do what she usually does, and she's like out of my hair, but it's not happening this time. So, yeah. So I tried to call my mom. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. I tried to call my mom because I did not get a chance to speak to her after calling her twice. Um, Somehow I missed the call from her yesterday, which was at 5:15. Usually she doesn't have a phone call then. And plus I called early in the morning. So I know today they're going to try to go with this little crazy mess to say it's her day and won't allow me to go and talk to my mom. And this is what they usually do unless it's certain people will let me like go and, talk to her and see things like that. I'm gonna also, when I get the chance, it's gonna be like in a couple of weeks, but I'm gonna show you guys how I found out that they don't follow that program for everyone. And I found that out firsthand. And the only way you can find that out firsthand is if someone is there at the time when the transactions and the things take place. Uh, excuse me. This person was in that mental institution the same time my mother was there. So this individual was able to see and to tell their own view and their perspective about what was going on. And it's so, I don't think it's like, I would say ironic, but I know that nothing happens on an accident anymore. But what are the chances that you run across a stranger who talks about this facility and doesn't know that you have a loved one there, and they go in about it? So um that's what I got from there. Um Also, I have been in the works of just just praying and getting myself focused for the next goal that I want to, acquire. There have been a couple of things that I have placed on hold that I didn't think was necessary, but it is necessary for me to get to the next step and the next process of my life. You know, like helping others. I thought that if I help others through a different avenue, not the one that I'm traditionally good at, which is dealing with, pageantry and promoting self esteem because of how I was bullied and how I was treated, as a young kid and a young adult, um, how much it, I didn't think it was going to make a difference if I did it another way, but it really does make a difference because by sharing your story, you help others to um, get to a place to say that it is okay to, once again, be different, be different, and it's okay to face rejection. You're going to have to face rejection. People who don't face rejection are usually narcissistic. Uh, and they shut down or remove or project, and they still face it. They just don't try to, accept it. Or they don't work as hard. They're a continuous follower. If you're following in the footsteps of certain people and the footsteps of certain things, you don't have it's not as hard. Someone's already paved the way for you, so it's not as hard. But when you're doing something that's different than what you're used to doing, then it's gonna be very difficult, because you have to shift your mind and you have to change the paradigm shift, change the mindset of what you think and what you believe. Because if you think it so much and you accept it, it becomes a belief and it becomes your belief system. So yeah, and we know it's only 6 seconds to make to make a belief system, whether you're going to accept it or not. So, oh, excuse me. Y'all, I'm yarning because it's icy cold in here. I have to keep it icy cold because of these bath bombs. And, yeah, which I'm very excited about. Different project, a lot of work, but it takes my mind off of certain things that I have to do. In addition to that, y'all, I have been just debating over a lot of things, and this usually happens when you're about to break a mindset or belief system of yourself in a way that in the way that you see yourself and the way others see you. I remember being a child, and how some people thought that I was really beautiful and other people thought I was gross and disgusting. And I put on my Facebook page how, and I know people are going to take it out of context, but I really don't care. This is what, what's going on. I felt like I was, because people will always look at the caramel skin girls or the really, really light skinned girls, and they will be considered pretty versus someone who looks like me. And people would say, they wouldn't say that you're pretty. They would say, oh, you're pretty. For you to be dark, you're pretty. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, why can't I just be pretty? Why can't I just be this? Why can't I just be, So I didn't think that made a difference. And I thought that I was not, I want to say, not attractive until, even though I would get dates and things like that, I didn't think I was attractive until I ended up getting my first print. And that was just being in, newspapers and things like that, in magazines, for a part model, hands, arms, legs, pieces. So, and even then, I didn't get, not only didn't get that, I didn't get a lot of validation for it. People, she's mad because I messed with her paws. A lot of people would say, especially my family, oh, well, you got good features. You have really good features. Your cheekbones, you got really good features. You got dimples, instead of like, oh, you're pretty, Or if someone would tell me I'm pretty, they would say, no, you're smart, and it's like, yes, I am smart, and then it almost felt like I had to make a choice, but I didn't understand the difference of that until when I turned 18 and I sat at that bus stop, and this guy like literally was like, whoop, 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 that was the second time I got stopped to do something, to be in something. The first time was when I got stopped to be in Indiana Junior Miss, and that's a story within itself, which was my first pageant. So, yeah, yeah. So I had to look at that and look at my life now as far as how did I allow people, how did people treat me, and how did I allow some people to treat me, versus what I believed or what I should have, took, you know. So yeah, just had me thinking a lot. It also made me think about what my mother said, and my mother told me um when she was younger about how she thought she was not pretty and pretty enough until she got off into college. And when she got off into college, there was so many people who thought that she was just beautiful and gorgeous. And then she was having all these, people dating her. It was different. It was different. And I know that growing up where I went to, it's not even about the prettiest person being claimed as the prettiest person. Because honestly, some of those people who were claimed as the prettiest were not. Like, to me, were not. They had a horrible attitude. They didn't even look the part. Some of them were attractive, but most of them weren't. They just was popular and they were very domineering. So um, I say that, and I'm not knocking anyone else. That's just my opinion. I say that to say this: that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But everyone, every single one, has something to contribute to this world. Has something beautiful and dynamic to contribute to this world, and it is up to you to find out who and what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay, find out who you are and what it is you're supposed to be doing. There are going to be people that are going to hate you for finding that out, and they're going to be people that love you. But I'll tell you this: the people who don't like you are not always going to be the people that are going to hate you. Most of the people who are going to hate you are the people who don't know themselves. When you don't know yourselves, you have time to point the finger and just do all crazy stuff. And I'm not saying that just because that happened to me. I'm saying that because I learned that from myself, doing that to others. When I started finding out, and trying to, I would be a person that will get back at someone, But when I learned how to be myself and work on myself, things got a lot better, to the point where um the hate and the negativity that people were giving me, I didn't have to fight so much because it no longer mattered to me. It was still there. It was still there. It just no longer mattered, Um, which I'm so grateful for this journey. I'm so grateful. Everyone's life is different. That's another thing I do want to share. Everybody's life is different. It's not going to be the same thing. We might have similar testimonies, might have similar cases, but one is not going to be exactly the same. So you have to do what's best and what is right for you. Okay, scare ain't going nowhere, huh? What? 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 Yeah, you have to do what's right for you. And girl, you mad? She big mad. She ain't even a little mad. She like, shut up, mama. But yeah, you have to do what's right for you, and to be okay when things don't go as you think they are. The next thing I wanted to talk about, because I had to check myself, y'all. And if anyone has went through this, please let me know. But I had an issue dealing with narcissism. And it was just not just one, it was a collaboration of individuals. Someone were coming together, doing this. But I noticed that, there were people who were projecting their ideas and their belief systems and things on me that I didn't do for myself. Also, I was projecting, I was doing the same thing. This is what I really acknowledge, because people always talk about, oh, they're here, they go with their projecting, the blah blah this. Well, I projected the same way. It was just what I thought, because it seemed positive. I projected it the same way. I assumed that, everyone is going to think and have the mindset of myself. I was thinking of the mindset of myself instead of thinking like understanding that everyone has their own perspective. Everyone has their own feelings and ideas, and they can be different than yours. doesn't mean that they're a horrible person. It might be that they're not compatible with you and your lifestyle. For me, it was, I would have so much horror when people would literally come out their way to disrespect me, or say horrible things that would just do something to tear my self-esteem down, or somebody close to us down, and that would just really, really hurt me. And I was like, I would never do that. Well, the thing is, and then you're saying, well, when you're around and you're projecting yourself towards others, you're thinking that they will never do it. So then, even if you see them doing it to them, they're like, oh, well, it just happened. It's just a situation. It was just their situation with them. No, that's not it. If someone, I always say this: if a dog can bring a bone, he'll carry a bone. We are creatures of habit. If someone's gonna, downplay someone's accomplishment or talk back, say horrible things to someone in your face, who's to say that they're not going to do that to you? And I don't give a care if it's your family members or whoever, your best friend, whoever. You have to understand that. You really, really, really have to understand that. And I had to get myself in alignment and say, not everyone is like me, but what do I do when this does happen? Do I accept it? Now I see that everyone is not like me, because you will go into a crazy mode when they flip on you, because eventually they will flip on you. Eventually they will flip on you. So my point of view and my perspective was, do I deal with this, or how do I go about this? Um, do I keep my distance? Do I fight back when they attack? Like, what do I do? And yeah, kind of got that. I got a couple of things. So, what else? Yeah, so it's not cool to, learn your mistakes, because if you find out more about yourself, you'll be able to navigate things a lot better. You can't change anyone else, but you can change how you react. You can change a lot about yourself and how you react to situations and circumstances to make your life better. And that's all that is about. Making your life better, and keeping true to who and what God has created you to be. Um, what else? Um, I did say I had to make a decision. Yeah, I had to make a decision on whether, when I started finding that and I was projecting on people and I was like, oh, well, they're, healthy, they're doing this, they're doing that. And you find out that they're not, you have to make a decision. What am I going to stand for it? Or, now that I know the truth, am I going to stand for it, act like it didn't happen, or go through it as if it didn't happen, accept it? Or am I going to be done with it and put some space, between it, So, um, yeah, I had to do some growing up to do. Yeah, so, um, what else? Um, I think that's kind of about it for the most part today, because I have been inside my home. I actually want to show you guys these bath bombs. If I can get up and put this girl down, because she is having one. I'll be back. All right. Okay, so here it is. I thought it was really neat. It's got like little sprinkles at the bottom and like this foam at the top. And it smells like peppermint. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing with that today so far. I'm gonna hopefully put you guys on. If I talk to my mom today, like I said, today is her day to contact me, and they get very obnoxious and don't let you talk to the individual when it's their day. If I don't hear anything by like 8 o'clock, I'm calling, because their time will be up. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.